Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. I thought I'd had a couple of questions about what's happening with the greenhouses, so I'll do a video on, well, the passive solar greenhouse, really. What are we doing with it? And so, sorry, the sun's in my eyes. So I thought we'd go inside, I'll show you what's happening and what we're doing with it. And maybe our plans, and get on actually with some work. So we've had a really early spring, or we're enjoying an early spring. We're still getting some very cold night temperatures. I think last night was -5. You can see in the shadow there's still, hard frost. The ground is hard, but when the sun comes out, it quickly softens the ground. But what's happening inside the greenhouse, and what can we do this early? So if you're watching this video, if you're watching a video, of course you're watching the video. It's March, 3rd of March. So it's quite, for us, normally, this time last year we had snow on the ground. Quite a few centimetres of snow. So to be out here now is quite luxurious, as it were. Let's have a look inside, see what's going on inside. Okay, so warts and all, it's lovely and warm in here, I must say. That's the first thing. I put a little thermometer. So I've not had much luck with thermometers in here, and I wanted to do a lot of data capture, but all my thermometers let me down. Got some really nice digital ones with Bluetooth, and they all broke. So maybe they're not suitable for outdoors, despite what it said. So you can see it looks like kind of a battle zone which has been left, and everyone's run away. Quite a dystopian, well, not dystopian, but what's the right word? Armageddon kind of view, but fear not. So we left the tomato as an experiment. We left the tomatoes in here as long as we could to see what would happen. It's the only really way you can learn. I can't say about making mistakes, although that is true, but kind of pushing it to see how far you can go, and then from that, this year we'll learn what we can and can't do. So these tomato plants will pull out easily, and I'm happy for them to be left in here. It's not a vanity. I always said this was never a vanity project. This was about us learning, us developing a cost-effective passive solar greenhouse, and passing on all that information and wisdom to you to share really in the community, because I was shocked at some of the passive solar greenhouse projects which costs thousands and thousands. It was just crazy money. So I like to leave stuff in the ground anyway, because it all rots down, and it's good for the food, the soil life, biology and everything. Although there's bits and pieces, we left the pump in here because we have to store the pump somewhere. The main well, we don't use it as much now since we got the big pump, but to protect it from frost, well, not really frost, but deep freezing anyway. In here seemed a good place to do that. Still got a little bit of building works to do that didn't get finished last year, but that's just a tiny bit of insulation really. The barrels, I have to say, didn't work. It's not going to work for us, I think, in our setup and situation. Filling them with water and then pumping them all out for the winter is a bit of a faff. So I'm going to return to my plan A, I think, which is have some kind of hard, either rock or tyres full of, if I can get enough tyres, full of soil and that kind of stuff. I think that's going to work much better as a heat sink for us, a dry heat sink, as it were. Although in theory you could, once you got the soil in there, you could fill it with water as well. Obviously the barrels will freeze and break if they were left in there over winter. We didn't get as our coldest night, I think, was -30 over winter, although I don't think it was that cold, nowhere near that cold in here. But I've got no way to prove it, because I didn't, other than anecdotal, because I didn't have any sensors in here. This year we'll get some decent sensors. If you know of any, then let me know. So basically all these need to come out. To empty it, because there was something going weird with the pump. Can't remember what it was now. I had to kind of scoop it all out with watering cans, and I dug a big ditch here and put all the water in here. None of our overwinter, which is a bit of a shame, bit of an experiment, and we need to find out why. Possibly water, I don't know. None of our overwinter seedlings, not seedlings, but cabbage plants survived. Not a big deal. Other than it was purple sprout and broccoli, which tends to take a year and a half. Although I've got some quicker varieties this year, so that should be okay. So big tidy up, get all the old plants down, assess the situation, level out the soils in here, or that's actually all compost on the top, and then get all this rubbish out, which was stored in here over winter. That's not fiberglass, that's rock wool, so it is biodegradable. It just goes back to stones. Well, it is stone basically. So it looks worse than it is, I think. And then we'll have a kind of a flat playing field, and we get a really good start on this year. I'm going to sow some seeds as well. I think the temperatures are here enough to get some radish in here, some lettuces, get some things germinating, get some early crops, pak choi maybe, stuff like that. Although I've got some indoors as seedlings ready for the other greenhouse, I think here we can go straight to direct sow. So, temperature. So, yeah, it's nice in here already. 24, that says. That's not been in the sun, really. I think, yeah, the other one says 0. It is much colder. Outside is about 0.1, so that's what the other greenhouse is saying at the moment. So it does retain some good heat in here. This is what we were hoping, really. So we've never been able to sow stuff outdoors in March, so that's a big win, I think. First big win for this new year and this new greenhouse. So let's go and tidy up. I'm going to plant some seeds in here. I've just given it a sprinkle of water with some water at the bowl there. Radish don't need much room. I've got some lettuce as well, which fell out of the box, so I'll just see if we get some starts. Don't know what it'll be. I'll just plant a load here as well, roughly. See what we get. And then here in these 2 rows, I'll plant some French radish. Again, there's some in the box, and I suspect that these are French radish as well, so I might as well just sow those. Seeing as that is the packet that was open. Okay, that's all done. You just see me do the seeds, so I'll probably wrap this up. Some things that I've remembered from last year. What would be really nice to have is maybe some shelving over here, a rack or a table, or maybe a separate potting table, maybe here or here, somewhere around here anyway, something to do some potting in and stuff like that, because this is a nice warm area. I mean, now it's stonking hot. I haven't got the thermometer with me now, so I don't know how hot it is. But greenhouse is looking a lot neater now, ready to go really. We will just probably add some amendments here, more compost really. You saw me put some, did you see me or not? Anyway, I had some fertiliser left over, little pellets, cow manure pellets from last year, or chicken manure. So I've spread those about as well in the beds. And I'll probably put another layer of compost on the top to finish off. And then it's just a case of, tomato, it's first week of March, so next week I will get the tomato starts going, tomato seeds. I've got the peppers to prick out already. And then it's kind of all go, I suppose. So I hope you enjoyed that. For those of you who wants to know what's going on with the passive solar greenhouse, now you've seen it, warts and all. I'm leaving that barrel there because it's got some water in it, and I'll just dip into that until it's used. But I'll probably get some other starts. I'm going to experiment with sowing some seeds out here to see if I can get them to germinate for brassicas and stuff, and then just prick them out from here. I'll let you know how that goes as well. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, do consider subscribing. I've got lots more things to do in here and some other technical ideas that I want to improve upon as well during the year. So even though it's built, there's still lots to do. Thumbs up if you liked the video at any point. That would be most appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye for now.